He cheated a year ago. Should I just give up? The chipped mug warmed my hands, but not my insides. Coffee, black and bitter, just like my mood. Mark was still asleep upstairs, or pretending to be. I hadn't decided whether to scream at him again or just pack my bags. Maybe both. It had started so innocently. A dead phone, a misplaced charger, curiosity. I hate myself for snooping, but I did. His old phone, tucked away in the back of his desk drawer, buzzed with a low battery warning. I plugged it in, thinking I'd just back it up to the cloud and put it away. Then the messages started popping up. Missing you, followed by a string of heart emojis, all from a number I didn't recognize. Jessica, my breath hitched. Who the hell was Jessica? The messages that followed painted a nauseating picture. Lunch dates, late nights at the office, inside jokes. And then the one that made my stomach completely empty last night was amazing. Can't wait to do it again. Last night, a year ago, a year. I stared at the messages, my mind refusing to comprehend. Mark, my Mark. The man I built a life with, shared a home with, the man I loved. He was downstairs within seconds of me yelling his name. His face went white as he saw the phone in my hand. He didn't even try to deny it. Sarah, I can explain. Explain how you could lie to me every single day for a year. Explain how you could look me in the eye and tell me you loved me while you were sleeping with someone else. It was a mistake, he'd said, the same pathetic line you hear in every cheesy movie. It only happened a few times. It didn't mean anything, Jessica. Her name tasted like poison on my tongue. I looked her up online. She worked with Mark in finance. Young, attractive, ambitious. Everything I suddenly felt like I wasn't. Emily, my best friend, was a rock. I practically moved into her apartment that first week. Wine, tears, and endless rants were our nightly ritual. You deserve better, Sarah, she kept saying, her lawyer brain already dissecting the potential divorce proceedings. But it wasn't that simple. 7 years. We had a history, a life, a mortgage. Giving up felt like admitting defeat, so we went to therapy. Dr. Sharma, calm, composed, and seemingly unfazed by our messy drama. She listened, she prodded. She asked uncomfortable questions. What were you feeling in your marriage at that time, Mark? She'd asked in one of our early sessions. He'd stammered, mumbled something about being stressed at work, feeling unappreciated, needing validation. Validation? He needed validation, so he slept with someone else. I wanted to scream, to hit him. But I just sat there, numb. Mark tried. God, he tried. Flowers, date nights. He even started doing the dishes without being asked. It was all performative. Like he was trying to earn my forgiveness, not actually understand the damage he'd caused. I'd lie awake at night, replaying the past year in my head. Every smile, every touch, every conversation now felt tainted. Was he thinking of her then? Was he comparing me to her? Was he lying? The hardest part was the constant anxiety, the feeling that it could happen again, the fear that I wasn't enough. Then came the work event, a charity gala. Mark's firm was sponsoring it. I debated whether to go, but Emily convinced me. Show him you're not afraid, she'd said. Show him you're not broken, but I was. I saw her across the room. Jessica, she was even more beautiful in person. Her eyes met mine for a split second, and I saw pity, or maybe it was triumph. I couldn't tell. I excused myself, went to the bathroom, and threw up. Mark followed me. Sarah, what's wrong? What's wrong? She's here. Mark, she's right there, looking at me like I'm some kind of pathetic loser. He held me, told me he loved me, that he regretted everything. But his words felt hollow. A few weeks later, I found it. A burner phone, hidden in his briefcase. My blood ran cold. I confronted him again. He swore he only used it to tell Jessica to leave us alone, that she was still trying to contact him, that he was protecting me. Lies, more lies. I don't believe you, Mark, I said, my voice shaking. I don't think I can ever believe you again. The fight that followed was the worst one yet. Accusations, tears, broken promises. He finally broke down, admitting he was insecure, afraid of failing, that the affair was a desperate attempt to feel powerful. I hate myself for it, Sarah, he sobbed. I hate myself for what I did to you. But did he hate himself enough to change? I told him I needed space. I packed a bag and left. Emily welcomed me back with open arms. You're strong, Sarah, she said, handing me a glass of wine. You'll get through this, no matter what you decide. The next few weeks were a blur. Individual therapy, long walks, dinners with Emily. I started painting again, something I hadn't done in years. I realized how much of myself I'd lost in the marriage. Mark bombarded me with messages, flowers, apologies. He even showed up at my office, begging me to talk to him. Dr. Sharma said he was genuinely remorseful, that he was finally confronting his issues. But could I trust her judgment? Or mine? We met for coffee, just coffee. It was awkward, painful. We talked for hours about everything and nothing. He told me about his childhood, his emotionally unavailable father, his fears of never being good enough. I told him about my own insecurities, my need for security, my fear of being alone. "I know I messed up, Sarah," he said, his eyes filled with tears. "But I'm willing to do whatever it takes to fix this. I love you, I always have." Do I love him? I honestly don't know anymore. I moved back home, not into the bedroom, but the guest room. It felt safer. We started dating again. Awkward dates filled with tentative smiles and forced conversations. One night after a particularly nice dinner, we were sitting on the couch watching a movie. He reached for my hand. I hesitated, then let him take it. His touch still felt familiar, comforting. Then the phone rang, his. He looked at the caller ID, his face clouding over. He didn't answer it. "Who is it?" I asked, my heart pounding. He hesitated. "It's David, his best friend. The one who always encouraged his bad behavior. The one I suspected knew about the affair all along." "Answer it," I said, my voice cold. He did. "Hey man, yeah, everything's fine, just watching a movie. No, she's right here. Okay, I'll call you tomorrow." He hung up. "What did he want?" I asked. "Nothing," he said, avoiding my eyes, "just checking in." I didn't believe him. A few days later, Emily called me, her voice tight. "I need to tell you something," she said. "It's about David." We met at a bar. She looked grim. "David knew about Jessica, Sarah," she said. "He knew the whole time. He even covered for him." I felt like I'd been punched in the gut, betrayed again. I confronted Mark. He denied it at first, then finally admitted that David knew, that he'd confided in him, that David had told him it was just a bit of fun and that I'd never find out. I kicked him out. Again. This time, it felt different. This time, I wasn't sure I could ever forgive him. Not just for the affair, but for the lies, the deception, the betrayal of trust. I thought about divorce. I even met with a lawyer. But the thought of ending everything, of starting over, was terrifying. One morning, I woke up feeling different, stronger, more determined. I realized that I couldn't let Mark's actions define me. I couldn't let the past ruin my future. I called Dr. Sharma. I needed to talk. "You're at a crossroads, Sarah," she said. "You have a choice to make. You can stay in the marriage and try to rebuild trust, knowing that it will be a long and difficult process. Or you can leave and focus on your own healing and happiness. Which one is the right choice?" I asked. "There is no right choice, Sarah," she said. "The right choice is the one that feels right for you." I thought about Mark. About the good times, the bad times, the love we once shared. I thought about Jessica, about the pain she had caused. I thought about myself, about my needs, my desires, my future. That night I went for a walk. The air was crisp and cool. The stars were shining brightly. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath. When I opened them, I knew what I had to do. I went home. Mark was waiting for me. "Sarah," he said, his voice filled with hope. "What are you going to do?" I looked at him, my eyes filled with tears. "I don't know," I said. "I still don't. But I'm here, and that has to be something."